back again, your BFP Dream Builder here from Beachmont Ford Performance, out here in the garage once more for a new episode of Garage Table Discussion. This year we're looking forward to a lot of fun on Garage Table Discussion. We're going to try to bring in some extra guests and have some of my personal friends come in with their cars and show you what they've got going on. And of course we'll talk about a lot of events going on this spring and this summer. And that's what brings me here today to talk about something very important, and that is we are at the end of February, and we all know what that means, right? It's almost the end of winter. That's right, we're getting closer to spring and summertime. As a matter of fact, the big show coming up right off the bat at the end of March is Ponies in the Smokies, held in Sevierville, Tennessee at the Sevierville Convention Center. Myself and Beachmont Ford Performance will be there once again this year. And that's an event that if you've never been to, you need to make your way down there. The show itself is spectacular. Of course, there's tons of Mustangs, and they've got vendors. And it's just a great event. But part of the really cool thing about Ponies in the Smokies is it's actually a week-long event. The show itself is on Friday. They have a big cruise in on Saturday, and then throughout the week there's all kinds of events. And it's just such a spectacular area for driving. The mountains, the Tail of the Dragon. If you don't know what that is, I don't know how you can be a car fan, but but hey, actually, if you've been down there and you've done the Tail of the Dragon, you might end up finding out that the Tail of the Dragon's cool, but there's a lot of other roads and drives down there that are just spectacular. Matter of fact, my friend Steve Spangler from Red Mirror Events always puts on some drives there throughout the week that you can sign up for, and the profits from those benefit a charity of some sort. Last year it was St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and I think it might be that again this year, but I'm not 100% sure. But the drives are absolutely spectacular. The scenery is spectacular. So visit Steve at Red Mirror Events if you haven't already and sign up. And we just enjoy that trip so much. Other trips that we'll be on this year that we always go on typically is a Woodward Dream Cruise in Detroit. Oh man, Detroit is really cool. The show itself, again, spectacular. Mustang Alley. Ford puts on a great display there. Lots of vendors. Shelby's there every year. Roush is there. You name it. It's just a great event. Matter of fact, if you're walking up and down Mustang Alley and you're getting, kind of hot and, your throat's going, visit my friend Mike Berardi and his wife Sue at the Good Humor Truck. That's right, they have Good Humor ice cream, and again, most of that benefits some sort of charities too. So visit us there also. We'll be there having a great time. And while you're in Detroit, there's so much to see. You can go to the Henry Ford Museum there and spend some time there. You can go to the Motown Museum, which we did last year, and that was on my bucket list. If you don't know me well enough, you know that I'm I'll call it a former musician. I still play my drums some down in the basement, and that was on my bucket list to see Motown and be in the room where all those hit records were recorded. There's so much else up there to see. You can go to the original Ford plant, the Piquette. I never can say if I'm pronouncing it right. The Piquette plant, which is where it all started. Even before the assembly line thing for Henry Ford. So check out that trip. And of course, there's always another good trip somewhat close to us, Somerset, Kentucky. Summer Nights in Somerset, Kentucky. That's a great venue too. It's in what I'll call small town USA. They hold it in the town square and all around that area. It's kind of like being in Mayberry. I mean, it's really cool. And what was it, the year before last, they tried to break the Guinness World Record for most Mustangs on a cruise, and we participated in that. It's just another fantastic event. And of course, there will be a lot of other events throughout the year. Don't forget, also coming up in April, here in our area, we, Beachmont Ford Performance, myself, we've teamed up with the Halderman Bar Museum in Tip City, Ohio for National Mustang Day. And I really, again, if you're a Mustang fan, you need to know about the Halderman Bar Museum. That is where Gale Halderman, who was the original principal designer of the Mustang. He's the guy that designed the car. You see the drawing and everything else. And he spent 40 years at Ford and became head of design. And he's from Tip City, Ohio. And they have the old family farm there, and the barn they've converted into a museum. And we have our National Mustang Day event there. And this is the 60th anniversary of Mustang this year. So we're going to try to have a really, really spectacular event there. And we Beach 104, we also sponsor some shows around here that you might want to visit. The Tri-State Mustang Club, we sponsor that show. And then again, later in the summer, Back the Heroes Rumble. And that is always a great show that the profits of that benefit fallen heroes, military, police, fire, first responders of some kind. And they pick out a family every year, and the proceeds from that show go to that family to help honor their fallen hero. And don't forget, again, another local show, the Queen City Mustangers. That's a big show every year. And we've got a lot going on in the greater Cincinnati area, but I am sure there are events all over. And part of this whole discussion is tell us about events that you are going to, or that you know of, that you would recommend people going to. There's always the big shows like Carlisle in Pennsylvania that I know that people go to. You got the Mustang Week thing, and just those are huge, huge shows. But maybe you've got some other shows that aren't as well known that you think people ought to check out. And then, of course, you've got your local Cars and Coffees and cruise-ins and so forth. And it's just going to be a fun spring and summer, and I am really looking forward to it. You guys just, comment down there and tell me all about your shows and events that you would like to recommend. I don't know what else to say other than I'm excited. The White Knight is excited. The White Knight's going to get out and stretch his legs here, or wheels, I should say, or tires, and enjoy some springtime coming up soon. All right, guys, that's what I've got for right now. We're just excited about springtime and summertime coming along. So let's get out there and have some fun. All right, Jeff Black, your BFP Dream Builder, as always, saying bye-bye.